Totally kidding. I'm just being dramatic. It is not a spooky Manny video. But this is the first time I've worn purple in a long time. Probably like 8 months or so. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of purple. But Manny Boss dip powder. Have you heard of them? They're pretty dang new. But they came out with a bunch of colors. They're new. They came out in September. And I purchased a purple. What do you know? So I'm going to be wearing the purple today. But I was thinking of like other colors I could pair it with. So I had like these browns and stuff and like that shimmery white. So the 3 on the right are the ones I purchased first. And the 3 on the left are the ones I purchased second. So I was like, oh, they could all work together, be a Manny theme. And then I did a live over on Instagram and I did some stamping over a purple and I was like, whoa. So yeah, anyways, these are some of the color combos I think would be great together in case you're looking at purchasing some Manny Boss dip powders. I'll link their website in the description box below and also have a link for $5 off your first order if you're interested and you've never shopped with them before. But look at these great combos. I don't know. Anyways, so today's Manny is going to be pretty simple. I already have my peel base on my nails and drying. And then I'm just going to go through the simple dipping process. If you do not want to watch me dip for gosh knows how long, feel free to check the description box below. I'm going to have time codes so you can skip straight over to the stamping design. But without further ado, let's watch me dip my nails. So if you're new here and you've never seen me dip before, I use cupcake liners sometimes if the jars are extremely full. I like to push back my cuticles between each dip, but the cupcake liner really helps so that if there's like any overflow, it'll catch it and I don't waste my powder. And the toothpicks are for going around my cuticles, and I have builder gel, a clear overlay over my nails, so I can just like pop them off when I'm ready to and don't have to soak in acetone. So yeah. Also, I ran out of dip base from my favorite liquid brand, which is Triple D, so I pulled out some triple vitamin because I know that their liquids are thin, but I don't have their dip base either, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pull out their top coat. So I'm actually using their top coat as a base here in this video, so please don't judge me, but just so you know, top coats and base coats are essentially the same thing, but some dry faster than the other and all that. Anyways, just a spoiler, I absolutely hated this because the top coat, in my opinion, was pretty runny and ran in my cuticles, and I had tons of issues with cleanup later on in the video. When I do the whole cupcake thing and pour the powder into the cupcake liner, I actually pour it over my nail because I find that it gives me like the most even application, that I don't have to file and buff. I wanted to say buff, but I said bump, go figure. So it helps with filing and buffing. It limits the need for that. And so I don't know if you've ever had this issue, but sometimes like when you dip in your powder, if you put too much base on your nail and you dip into your powder, it like crinkles up and shit gets all over the place and it looks like a hot mess. If you don't know what I'm doing here with the toothpick, I run it around my cuticles to try to kind of ensure that none of the powder is on my skin. Like, to me, that's like one of the most important things to make sure that I have a lasting long manicure. So I'm just going to go through and dip all of my nails 2 times. So there's only a total of 2 coats of purple dip on my nails for full coverage, just an FYI. So I'm going to see you guys in a few. I'm just dusting everything off and about to go into the activator step. So the activator solidifies, hardens, makes the dip powder hard, and then it gives me the ability to file, shape, and buff anything that I need to, which I'm going to be doing soon off camera. But I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about the tools that I use for this process. So here they are, all pretty much done, filed and shaped and buffed. So what I use is this nail file and these orange buffing blocks. I absolutely love them. I get them on Amazon. They're so cheap. They're disposable. So like 2 or 3 uses, mani uses, and then you can chuck them. So if you do other people's nails, like your friends, your family, perfect. Also, this is rubbing alcohol. After I file, shape, and buff, I want to completely clean my nails of dust. So I actually spray my hands with rubbing alcohol, and I use a lint-free wipe to wipe everything off and completely sanitize my nails from anything that might be on there. Then I go through one more time with my activator because you need to harden it again after like really filing it. And then I let that dry for 2 minutes and I put my dip top coat on. So after you put on your activator and you let it dry for 2 minutes, you wipe your nails with rubbing alcohol. It's going to absorb any remaining activator that's on your nails, so that when you put your top coat on, your brush does not harden and your top coat actually hardens, because your top coat needs that activator in order to make the reaction. But if you put too much activator on your nails, it messes with the reaction. The stuff doesn't dry properly. It gets cloudy. So having your top coat done perfectly is so important to follow any dip top coat. You didn't think we were done yet, did you? No, so these little skulls on the bottom right on my side, your top left on your side of the screen, are what I'm stamping on my nails. Like I mentioned before, I did a live video and I showed somebody what reverse stamping was, and I used that design in the reverse stamping, and I thought it was really cool over purple, which really made me want to just use Liv Lav Luv, which is the purple color I'm wearing right now, and just put these skulls on it and really just do like my first intro to Halloween mani of the season. It's October, it's that time. I was just like, I need to do something but not totally spooky, so I wanted something really girly. Also, I stamped this off camera, and I'm going to compare it to this other stamper to show you that not all stampers are created equal. The one on the right, it did not pick up the image perfectly, so I'm not going to use that one on the right. I'm going to use the one on the left. And I'm going to have the stampers that I love linked in the comments below or the description below, so you know which one I love that picks up perfectly, so you don't buy a stamper that doesn't do a great line job. What I'm doing right now is I'm going to put smudge-free top coat over this entire design. Miranda Price taught me this trick. I don't know where she picked it up from, but it's totally cool. You put smudge-free top coat over your design and you let it dry. So when you do your reverse stamping, you don't mess up the little black lines that you did. It is super duper cool. It is so effective. It's like making a nail art decal, kind of, yeah. So I'm doing this on 2 nails, so I'm using another stamper, and I'm going to pick it up, the same design, and I'm going to do the whole same thing. So you just guys get to see this happen twice. Alright, so the first stamper that I stamped, the smudge-free top coat, should be dry by now. So I'm going to put some white polish on a plate and show you guys how I reverse stamp. I have like a million dotting tools. Not a million, probably like 20. These are dual-ended. All you need is something like a dotting tool or a nail art brush. I prefer dotting tools. And you just like kind of like drench it in the polish and fill in the design anywhere you want. So it's like coloring in a coloring book. That's the best way I can think of like describing reverse stamping, is you're filling in the lines like if you're filling in a coloring book. So I do this for all of the skulls on the plate. Skulls on the plate. See, like that? Isn't that cool? It's so cool. I love it. It makes me giddy. So I'm going to do that for all the skulls on this one and all the skulls on the second stamper, and then I'm going to stamp them. second stamper, so I'm going to set this one aside and let it completely dry, but the first one should just be about dry by now. So I'm going to pick up the first one and I'm going to stamp that over my nail, and hopefully it picks up. I think it's really, really cool, but you have to be really gentle, in my opinion, from my experience of doing it like this, because the smudge-free top coat isn't 1000% dry. I know that's like the wrong percentage, but don't judge me, I'm not a mathematician. So some of it didn't pick up on the side there, but it's all on my nail. My nail is completely like filled in with the design. It looks like a decal. Isn't that so stinking cool? Nothing is smushed, nothing is squished. I'm doing the other one now, and hopefully I have the same luck with this second one. Let's see for a second here. Yep, be very gentle. Yep, and there's a little bit left on my stamper. It's no big deal because it was the edge of my nail. So I'm just going to gently tap the edges of the decal. I say decal, it's dried top coat essentially. And I'm going to take a cuticle pusher and kind of like go around the edges of my cuticle and kind of like trace the lines and break that seal or that edge so that I can put my top coat on, and then I can just call it a day. I am basically done. I'm going to let this smudge-free top coat completely dry and then clean up the edges off camera. And if you need a demonstration on how I add dip top coat over this, I'm going to link that up here for you guys. It's a really cool technique. Anyways, I love this mani. I think it's a great way to kick off Halloween and October and really make like some cutesy nail art, so it's not like all about spooky manis. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and stay tuned because there's a really cool design coming on the 11th of October for my collab video, and I can't wait for you guys to see that. Anyways, thank you guys so much. I'll see you next week. Bye!